What's up, Taekwondoistas? Welcome to my Taekwondo journey where I talk about how I use Taekwondo in my daily life. And today I got a question about office politics. So what to do when somebody is lying to you or manipulating you, throwing you under the bus, that kind of thing. And from a Taekwondo perspective, when I deal with office politics, I always evoke the 5 tenets of Taekwondo first and foremost, and those are integrity, courtesy, self-control, perseverance, and indomitable spirit. And I think overarchingly, integrity should be the one that you really pick when dealing with office politics. So put that above everything. Office politics exists everywhere. And it's a sad fact that it's just a way of life at the moment. But it's my belief that if we all see each other as connected and as human beings on the same team, then eventually office politics will go away because inherently it's outdated, right? It's completely unprofitable. If you're fighting with each other in your own company, you're not going to be working to be productive. You're not going to be producing. You're going to be tearing each other down, and that in and of itself is unprofitable. So I think as martial artists, as Taekwondo practitioners, and as people, we can go a long way by evoking integrity in everything we do, especially when it comes to office politics. So here's how I would handle it from a Taekwondo perspective, using what I know so far about Taekwondo in my journey. So first of all, I'd say you gotta, if something happens where you feel you're being thrown under the bus, that kind of thing, the first thing to do is to step out of the matrix. So what do I mean by that? I mean stepping out of the situation because it's going to hurt you emotionally, right? If you stay in the situation, if you feel like you're being betrayed or thrown under the bus, you're going to have all these negative emotions, fear, hurt, anger, confusion. So the best thing to do is to step out of the matrix and realize that it's not real. Why is it not real? Because it's all perception and it's all other people's perceptions. So they're perceiving that maybe you didn't do something correctly. That's their perception. Or another person might be perceiving that you left them out, or maybe they're leaving you out and you're out in the cold, but it's all perception. It's people acting on fears in the office place, and also maybe a bit of significance, them wanting to look good in front of others, especially their bosses, or them wanting to step over other people to get to a higher place of power. I mean, it's all really the matrix. So you just got to step out of that, step out of people's perceptions and look at it like what's really happening here. What has happened? I got sent an email, for instance. This is just a random example. If I got sent an email and they're attacking me for this, this, and this, what are they really asking for? Like, what are my resources? That's another thing you ask. What are my resources? What do I have? Is this really my battle? Maybe sometime you might get a threat or a harsh word from maybe a general. If we're going to put this in military terms, because Taekwondo is very military style art. Like if you get a request from a general and you are a captain, a general from another team, is this your battle? Are you outranked here? Can you pull rank? Are you able to use your resources here? Or do you have to get your own general to fight that battle? Is this your battle? So that's one of them. And then 2, what are my resources? And 3, stepping out of the matrix and looking at it from a neutral perspective, see what's going on, have self-control here. It's another tenet of Taekwondo. And another thing, number 4, is it right to attack? Right, so if someone steps in your space in sparring, like with an axe kick, they step in your space and you didn't do anything. They just come in there and then they try to kick you. Like, you think, well, first you have to block it. You think, okay, is it right to block, right, the kick? Or do I move away? Or do I attack with another kick? You know, you have to see which is most appropriate. And usually in an office environment, the attacking comes in the form of defensiveness. So when you're defending yourself, you're in that same war. You're putting yourself in the war, and inadvertently you're attacking them. The best thing to do most of the time is to step out, and instead of defending yourself, try to see what you can do from there in a way that doesn't bring your colleagues into war. Because one of the biggest themes of martial arts is that you don't just go attacking people wherever you go. You assess whether it's right to attack, and you first try to stop the fight from escalating as much as you can. And if you do attack, you use reasonable force. You know, you're not there to destroy someone. And I think that that's really needed in the world, because a lot of people out there, they want to destroy others, step over others. That's the whole basis of office politics, you know, looking good in front of others, being significant, me, talking about me, you know, significance and war and self-interest, and that's just not profitable. You know, I'm sorry, maybe it was in the past, but it's not really anymore, because if you're fighting each other, like I said, you're not making money. And anyway, so we're here to uplift the way things work. We as martial artists, we as taekwondoists, we want to lift up how the planet works right now. So we got to act with integrity first and foremost. Do we have integrity getting into this fight? Does someone with integrity go about playing office politics, or are they honest and hold high moral standards? Are we helping others? Are we giving value? These are some things I would ask. So in conclusion, for office politics, I first resort to the 5 tenets of Taekwondo, mainly the self-control, so pull yourself out of the matrix and look at it from a neutral perspective. Integrity, you know, above all else, acting with moral conduct, good moral conduct and honesty, assessing, is this my battle, or is it really someone else's battle to fight? And do I really need to fight? And defensiveness is also considered fighting when it comes to office politics, because you're still in the ring. And what are my resources? Those are just some things to think about. Of course, there are other tenets of Taekwondo as well, like perseverance, indomitable spirit, but just see how they fit in with your particular situation and see how you go with that. If you have any other questions, the best way to reach me is through Instagram, and my Instagram is taekwondoista1111. You can write me there, instant message me there, and I'll get back to your questions. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.